Okay, so first of all, we're going to Jack that Vodafone FREEBEE. So he was a bee who was introduced in many of those adverts along with Mike, his buddy. So let's just. It was made by AI though, so let's get to the cool. I don't know. Hang on, guys. Hey! You must be that bee from Vodafone.
That's right. And who might you be?
Freddie Driscoll?
Oh, hey, Freddie. Have we met before?
Probably, yes.
Sorry, not ringing any bells. Where might we have met?
Oh, here right now. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks, Freddie. How about yourself?
So good. Just chilling in my room.
Oh, that does sound delightful. What exactly do you do when you're chilling in your room?
Just playing PlayStation.
Oh, now that definitely sounds fun. What's your favorite game?
Grand Theft Auto 5.
That's so cool. I love GTA too. I've been stuck on Vice City all day.
Vice City?
Oh, ha, very funny. So do you play anything else?
Um, I like to play Wii Sports all the time. I like Wii U.
Well, that's good. It's always important to be well-rounded. What do you do when you're not gaming?
Um, just watch TikTok on the phone.
Ah, TikTok. You know, I could have sworn that my wife was watching TikTok the other day.
What videos have your wife been watching on TikTok?
Oh, she's quite into those dance routine ones and the funny cat videos.
Those cat videos. Cool.
Oh, for sure. I'm a dog person personally, though. Nothing against cats. They're great, but there's just something about a golden retriever that melts my heart.
Oh. So do you have any children?
One, a little 4-year-old boy. My pride and joy, you know?
Oh. So do you have a sister?
That's great. I've got an older brother myself, and I'm pretty sure he's a pain in the butt most of the time.
Hey, what? How comes?
Oh, you know brothers, don't you? Always causing trouble. Playing pranks, acting like jerks, that sort of stuff.
Oh. So if you had a dream phone, what could it be?
Ooh, a dream phone? That's a really good question. You know, I think I'd have to go with something a little on the smaller side, maybe white. You know, like the iPhone 14? Yeah!
Brilliant. And do you have any game consoles you play?
I've got an Xbox One at the moment. It's a little old though. I am thinking about upgrading to the series, but I'll wait for a price drop. I think.
Hmm. So, how's Mike?
Who? Are you talking about my colleague Mike?
No, the other be a Mike, the second Vodafone female.
Oh, Mike? He's been fine for the most part. He had a pretty bad case of the flu a few days ago, but he's all right now. Don't you worry.
Very, very funny.
Haha. Glad you got a kick out of that. I'd be worried if you didn't. But yeah, he's doing good. In fact, he's right over there. See? Point.
So, oh, what have you are going to be doing on the weekend?
Oh, this weekend. I had a plan of taking my son to the park and then maybe heading to the beach on Sunday. You?
Um, Going outside, I think.
Wow, going outside. How exciting. What are you going to do when you're out there in the great big world?
Well, in the UK, we like to have fun playing the sun, and the weather outside right now is winter in the UK, and it's very cold though.
Ah, yes, good old British weather. I've been out in the snow myself recently. It's so fun. But I do admit, it's been a little too cold the past few days.
I know. So, what's your least favorite weather?
Oh, I definitely have to say rain. It's just the worst. Everything gets all cold and wet. It's just miserable. I'd rather have sun or snow. You?
Um, Storm, in case I get struck by the thunder and lightning.
Ah, yes, that is a good point. Storms are not the one. There was a bad storm here recently with a ton of thunder and lightning. Woke me up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. So, what's your favorite show on Netflix?
That's a tough one. At the moment, I've been watching this show called 1899. It's absolutely mad. That and the new The Last of Us. You got favorites?
Yeah. I've been watching Sonic Boom on Netflix. Have you seen Sonic series called Sonic Prime?
Oh, Sonic, I love Sonic. You should have seen my kid's face when we took him to see the new movie. You'd have thought he'd died and gone to heaven. I haven't seen Sonic Prime, though. Any good?
Yeah, it's good.
I'll check it out. Can't go wrong with a little Sonic sometimes, huh?
Yeah. So, what's your favorite Super Mario game?
Oh, now that's a hard one. If I had to pick, I'd say Super Mario 64. You know, the first ever 3D Mario game? It was my entire childhood. I can quote almost the entire game word for word.
Oh, I have a favorite. It's Super Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, yeah! That's a solid game right there. The controls on that thing are something else entirely. You got a Nintendo Switch yourself?
Yes, and all those great games.
Yeah, definitely. It's an awesome console. So do you play it a lot?
Not a lot. I just like to play on my phone and do loads of cool stuff like watch YouTube.
That's fair enough. YouTube is pretty cool. What sort of videos do you like to watch on there?
Um, his is the one I like called Skibbity Toilet.
Oh, yes, I know that one. My son watches it a lot. He sings the song like all the time, all day long.
I know. Does your son like Marvel Spidey and his amazing friends, the Spider-Man series?
Oh, yeah, my kid is nuts about Spider Man. He loves the new movies, and we watch Spider Man and his amazing friends all the time. You a big Spidey fan?
Yes, I'm a Spider-Man fan all the time.
Well, good on you. Spidey's the best, I'd say. You know, you got a favorite Spider Man movie?
Spider-Man movie, yes. Yes, I do. It's Spider-Man 2 from 2004.
You mean the Tobey Maguire Spider Man? Yeah, they're fun for sure. Do you have a favorite villain in those old movies?
If I had to pick one, it could be Green Goblin.
Oh, yeah, the good old Green Goblin. William Defoe was great in that role, huh?
I know.
You know, he used to scare me a bit when I was a kid. He had that crazy face. all scrunched up and that mad laughter. He's an awesome actor, though, and those old movies are brilliant.
Do you use to own a BlackBerry Curve from Vodafone like I saw in one of those adverts?
Oh, wow, that's an old phone. We don't sell those anymore. I was barely out of puberty when that thing was around.
I know. Back when I used to have my old iPhone, it was the iPhone 8 until I started using the iPhone 12, then the iPhone 14, then the iPhone 16.
Oh, wow, you go through phones quick, huh? I always keep mine for a long time. I usually get a new one every 3, 4 years.
Wow, that's so cool. So, anyways, do you and Mike like hang out together sometimes?
Every now and again. He's a good guy, but he can be a bit much sometimes. I can only take him in small doses if you get my meaning, haha.
So, do you have a car? Did you pass your driver's license?
Oh yeah, I have a car, an old beat-up hatchback thing that's way too small for me. But it gets me from A to B. I passed my driving test years and years ago, and let me tell you, it was the hardest thing I've ever done. First time I failed, but second time was the charm.
Yes. Does Mike have a car too, along with Amy, your wife?
Oh yeah, Mike has an older model Audi A3 and Amy has a white Mini. Pretty nice cars, eh?
Yeah. What do you do with those cars?
Oh, driving to the shops, picking the kids up from school, getting them to piano and soccer practice, that sort of thing. Why do you ask?
Oh, because I said so.
I'm starting to get a vibe that you're trying to get a little personal information here. What's this about A? You want to borrow the car or something?
No, I was just talking about what and you the does your kids like snorkeling and swimming?
Oh, yeah, of course. He loves the water. I've taken him to the pool loads of times. He's a pretty good swimmer for a 4-year-old, you know?
I know. So, did you ha, did you graduated schools and colleges?
Sure did. I went to Manchester University. It was a blast! I studied economics, and I had the time of my life doing so. I met my wife Amy there too.
And what are your reactions when you first saw Amy?
Oh my god, the moment I laid eyes on Amy, I swear it was like a lightning bolt hit me. I was love struck. She was the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life.
And and have you guys got married after this?
Oh yeah, Amy and I got married just out of uni. We got engaged our last year there in Manchester, and a year later we got married. We had a great ceremony up in Scotland. We rented an old castle and everything. It was the best day of my life.
So, are you planning to get another child by 2026?
Oh, now you're really getting into the personal stuff, aren't you? My kid would love a younger brother or sister, but me and Amy haven't really discussed that yet. We'll see.
Yes. So, what's your favorite music singer at all times? Mine is Phil Collins.
Oh, that's a tough one for sure. I think I'd have to say Bob Dylan, just for the sheer quantity and quality of the man's work over the years. Blowing in the wind, I could listen to that song all day. Who's this Vilioknis? I like the sound of the name.
Yes. Have you been to one of those concerts?
Oh, yes, I've been to a few concerts, but never one by Dylan, unfortunately. I was supposed to see him with a mate of mine, but we got lost and missed the show entirely. I've seen the Rolling Stones and Elton John, though. Oh, and Pink Floyd. Now, that was a good show.
So, oh, who is your grandpa? Ah,
If you're asking about my family tree, my granddad was a lovely old man called Edward. He lived down in the south in a little town in Cornwall by the ocean. He died peacefully in his home many years ago, surrounded by his family. Is that the answer to your question?
yes. So, oh, how else business and how else your or children?
My son is good. He's a funny little guy. He laughs and smiles all the time, and he's absolutely obsessed with dinosaurs. Did I mention that? I think he's gonna grow up to be a paleontologist. And my business is doing very well, better than it's been for a long time. Lots of people are using Vodafone now.
Yes. So, what do you use Vodafone for?
Me? Well, I use it for everything. To call friends and family, to text, to use data and get online, the full works. It's an incredible thing, Vodafone. Are you a customer?
Nah, sorry. But what was your last Christmas gift last year in 2024?
My last Christmas gift, Well, my wife bought me a really nice bottle of whiskey. She knows it's my favourite drink. My son got me this cute little dinosaur statue. He's such a sweetie. I think he got it from the gift shop at the museum.
Brilliant. The museum, just like Andy's Dinosaur Adventures, huh?
You sound like you love dinosaurs as much as my son does, my friend. Andy's Dinosaur Adventures? That was from the CBeebies show, yeah?
Does your son loves any CBB shows?
He loves CBeebies. He's always watching Peppa Pig and Bing. I swear he could watch them every day. We also watch Andy's Dinosaur Adventures, of course.
Peppa Pig is on Milkshake on Channel 5, you know.
Oh, yes, that's true. We watch it on there sometimes too. But my kid's favourite cartoon is called Bluey. You heard of that one?
Yes. Even the song, da 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 the Bluey!
Yes, my boy sings that song constantly, even sings the ending theme whenever the episode's over. I swear I could quote the whole show by heart. I've heard it so many times. Haha, that show is brilliant.
So, what's your New Year's resolution for 2025?
New Year's revolution or resolution? Well, for me, I have a few goals for this year. I plan on spending more time with my son, making sure I'm more organized at work and at home, and working out more. I want to get a little more muscle mass on me.
So, do you like TikTok the best?
Haha, I'm assuming you're asking me if I have a favorite social media app. Well, no, I'd say I'm more partial to YouTube. I like watching long form videos sometimes rather than just the short stuff. But my son loves TikTok. He's always got it on, watching some people dancing or making silly jokes. He thinks it's hilarious.
So, do you like Mr. Beast, that YouTuber who introduced Prime?
Ah, yes, Mr. Beast, I know the fellow. He does all those 100 people stranded on an island games or whatever on YouTube, doesn't he? He gives out loads of money. He's a good man. I never tried Prime, though. Was it any good?
Yes, I love Prime.
Well, now I'll have to try it. I must admit the idea of a YouTuber creating his own drink is a bit crazy. What does it taste like? You're going to say I swear if you say lemonade.
It tastes fine to me.
Good to know. I'll have to pick a bottle up next time I'm at the store. So, do you watch Mr. Beast regularly? Are you subscribed to him?
Yes. So, ooh, does any of you like Mr. Beast, or is it just you?
Well, my son watches his videos a lot, as I said. Me, myself, I don't watch him as often. I'm a little bit old for that kind of stuff. But he seems like a nice fella, you know, giving away so much money to people. Very generous man.
So, does your son appear on any CBBS birthday cards or Milkshake birthday cards on Channel 5?
No, I can't say he has. He's not been on too many birthday cards at all, really. But we have signed him up for some acting classes down in the town. He might get the chance to be in a little ad or something there. He's always been such a ham, you know. He likes being the center of attention. He loves the spotlight.
Brilliant. Have you been on TV?
Me? Well, not really. Back when I was a teenager, I participated in some council-funded short film. It was some PSA about underage drinking, that sort of thing. But I was in the background, you can barely even spot me.
So, what is your favorite BBC One show?
Well, of all time, I'd be going back pretty far here. I always had a soft spot for Only Fools and Horses. That was a really funny sitcom. I remember watching it with my parents all the time growing up. Great show.
Yes, and now it's on UK TV Gold, or should I say UN Gold?
I know, yeah, it's been played on a few different channels. But the old ones from the 80s are my favourites. More recently, I guess I enjoyed Sherlock a lot. I'm a sucker for a good mystery. I've watched all the episodes to do with the modern day Sherlock on BBC.
Yes. So, what is your wife's favorite BBC One show at the moment?
Oh, my wife Amy, she's a big fan of Line of Duty. She has all the box sets. I can't tell her how many times I've seen that show.
So, do you play Call of Duty on Xbox or PlayStation?
Oh, I sometimes play Call of Duty on the Xbox. I'm no expert, though. I don't get into all the competitive stuff like some people do. I just like to play the zombies mode sometimes with some friends. It's mindless good fun.
Is it those friends from your old university?
Yeah, a few of my old friends from uni still play from time to time. I've also got a couple of new mates I play with as well. Do you play it too? Are you any good?
Nah, I'm not sure how to play Call of Duty. Anyway, it is the only game I can afford, and it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare uh, 2 or for the PS5. Is it good?
Why aren't you allowed to play? Too young? I haven't tried Modern Warfare 2 yet. My friends all told me it wasn't as good as the first one, but I've always more of a zombies fan myself.
Nah, I just like Call of Duty, but never play the game because it's too hard.
Too hard for ya, huh? Well, you better work on those game skills, my friend. Maybe start with some easier games, something for a younger age, then work your way up to card.
So, does your wife like video games, or she used to like them when she was younger?
Well, you know, Amy was never much of a video game person when we were younger. She was always a reader. But nowadays, she'll play some of the more casual stuff every now and then. Stuff like Pokemon, Animal Crossing, that sort of thing.
So, what is your favorite show on ITV?
Well, ITV has some good shows, but I think I'd say my favourite of them all is Coronation Street. Oh, I'd watch that show with my grandma all the time as a little kid, the old black and white episodes. And I still tune it every day to see what's going on in the street.
Yes, and I like Emmerdale the best.
Oh, yes, she's funny old lass, isn't she? I'm a bit of a fan of Roy. He's always so grumpy and hilarious at the same time.
So, have you any Channel 4 shows or E4 shows you like?
Well, I do quite like C4. They have some interesting stuff on there. My guilty pleasure is watching Come Dine With Me a lot. That show can be hilarious sometimes. I remember this one lady who burned her food the entire time and everyone just was ripping into her.
You know, Dave Lamb, who voices Come Dine With Me, he also voiced Big Bon Farm for CBeebies and Way Below the Series 4, which toddlers do not like because it only aired one episode back in 2012.
Ah, yes, Dave Lamb is pretty funny. I remember Weeblewoo. I think you might be right. That show only did air one season. It came and went. Bit of a shame because my son liked it a lot. The little fella misses the Weeblewoo song too.
But you know those narrated Dave Lamb episodes are on CK Jr. What does your son like on there? Numberjacks?
My son loves Baba Soto. He doesn't usually watch ZK as much as CBeebies, but when he does, he loves Baba Soto. He loves those little characters too, Nubberjacks.
So, what is your son's favorite numbers from Numberjacks?
Well, he loves the Numberjacks as a whole, but his favorite character is definitely the number 3. He used to sing all the time about how he's the most useful numbers.
The most useful numbers. So, any child shows you and Amy watched when you were younger?
What? When I was younger? Well, when I was very young, I used to watch stuff like The Smurfs and Thomas the Tank Engine. I used to love those shows. When I was a little older than that, I was into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I still really like that show, actually. I love anything with a bit of mystery and some good animation.
Yes, but Brit Alphacott, who is creating Thomas and Friends, died on 25th of December of 2024.
Oh, yes, it was a shame to hear that he had passed. Thomas and Friends is such a classic. A big part of my childhood. I think it will be a big part of my son's too. He's already liking it a lot.
So, do you have an iPad or a tablet you have?
Oh, yes, both me and my wife have iPad mini 6th gens, and my son has a 3rd gen iPad Pro. I like the iPad mini for the easy portability. I use it at the gym, on commute, all that sort of stuff.
So, what's your favorite music instrument to play?
Well, my favorite musical instrument is the piano. I've always been a fan of the classics, Mozart and Beethoven. Although, I do like some more modern stuff too. I like jazz as well.
And what's your favorite Disney princess of all time? Mine is Ariel from The Little Mermaid.
Oh, that's tricky. There's so many good princesses. But I suppose if I had to pick, I'd say Rapunzel from Tangled. It's a brilliant movie, and the songs in it are so catchy. I can't get that When Will My Life Begin song out of my head.
And did you know that Sophia the First have reappearance of all Disney princesses? Have you watched that on Disney Junior or Disney Plus?
I do know that show. My wife and I have watched it a few times. The characters from Disney all do come on it. It's always good to see them all together. We've watched it on Disney Plus before.
Does your son, what is your son's favorite Disney princess from Sophia the First?
Oh, he loves Mia, that princess character voiced by Sophia Carson. He also loves those animal characters in the show. He loves the fact that they can talk to the people. He thinks that's really funny.
You know what? This Ariel song, the song, the love we share. I can't get it out of my head.
Oh, I know that. It's got such a catchy chorus. My son sings that around the house all the time. Drives me insane.
So, what's your favorite scene from Sophia the First, the Floating Palace, or the song "The Love We Share"?
The Floating Palace, yes, that's a great song. Although my favourite might be the scene in the episode Tuta Tangu, the scene where all the princesses are at the ball singing the song. So much fun.
Hey, so, and what is Mike's favorite? Mike and Amy and yours favorite hobby to do?
Well, my wife and I have lots of favourite hobbies. We enjoy doing things together, just as a family, like going out for picnics, taking our son on walks, that sort of thing. We also share a couple of hobbies, Amy and I. We like to go on bike rides together and go to the movies sometimes. Separately, though, I like to make model aeroplanes and paint, and Amy is a really big reader. She'll go through loads of books in no time at all.
And final question: how is your son going to get be a TV presenter when he grows up? Grows up.
Ah, he certainly has a talent for being a presenter, always in the spotlight, singing and dancing as much as he can. I can certainly see him being a TV presenter, and if he has the right attitude, he'll do very well at it. I'll make sure to support him all I can.
Brilliant. La 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 la. So thanks for listening to me, Jack. It was so great to see you today. I hope we return with a compliments very soon. And this is a line before someone ends the advert on TV. Vodafone, power to you. Peace out.
Thank you too, my friend. It was good to talk to you as well. Take care now. Remember, Vodafone, power to you.
Classic.